Alright, so trying to introduce some equation. I don't know if this is a quadratic equation or what. I'll try to keep researching and do what I need to do to just try to I don't know, produce a little bit more than what's already here. So yeah, I just made this equation. So you have conventional physics, which is rather metaphysical in my understanding, in my awareness of what the quantum mechanical reality actually is. I mean, it's descriptive and it's not understood. It's very convoluted. People don't have the proper understanding of it, and now that I was able to obtain something that is a little bit more understandable, it actually reaches me. Yeah, it's here, and I'm going to share it. It's just also the kind of this idea that like books, even though you're taking in this interaction with like the words and everything, like a physical book, in a sort of in this quantum reality state, you can see like, well, what happens when I listen to an audio book? How much more interactive is it? And then how much more interactive is an actual video? So I'd say there is a massive difference as you step up in terms of you read a book, you listen to a book, and then you actually watch a video on certain subjects. So you can try it for yourself. But yeah, this conventional physics stuff is very metaphysical in terms of it's dealing with a self. I personally didn't really have a firm belief in self. I believed in like myself was other people, specifically one person, sort of in like this schizophrenic way. I had a huge problem with that. Like I would always convert that like whatever was self like into someone else. It was just this one specific person that was sort of traumatic in my life. So anyway, conventional physics times rationality, I guess you could say reality, because reality isn't really quantum mechanics. Reality is Newtonian mechanics. Equals, you know, rationality just being like anything that you can convert into something that is logical, I suppose. Logical, just logic being is what does it take to, I mean, really, I can't get away from any other answer than what is adding value in the universe. So, I mean, I try to get into something else, but it's not for this video. So conventional physics times rationality equals chaotic universe. So chaotic universe is just that there is no order. There's only stimulation, repetition, caution. You know, repetition being the same, doing the same thing, but there's different energy involved, entropy, or you're dying, or you're alive and then you're dying or whatever. So just chaotic. It's just chaotic. It's not random. There's a cause and effect, but you're trying to convert this schizophrenia or whatever, this quantum mechanical reality. You're using your intelligence to intellect, to contact or progress and survive and overcome evolutionary dispositions or whatever, psychological dispositions, and like an evolutionary world that is competitive and seeking to kill and torture and things like that. And like, how are you going to progress in that? And that's why you need to have thoughts on other things and capabilities to say, you know, is this happening or is that happening, and what am I going to do? Like, so you just check yourself or whatever. But yeah, it's pretty basic. And then you have this chaos star, and the chaos star is just you know, you have love at the bottom. Love doesn't mean much. It's nepotism, but it's there. And then you have, I mean, maybe should be higher than God, but we'll just leave it there for now. And you have love, God, justice, science, and atheism. So you have love, and you have nepotism, and you have all this stuff, and that's kind of what you're, you know, this is what you're born into. People that bore you, they care about you, but they can't. They they're too retarded, or they don't know how to care for you, or they think that money is caring for you, or things like that, and they don't have everything in their head, and they know that you're gonna want to kill them or eat them alive for your own survival and all that stuff. You know, and then you have like God and justice, and God just being this whole, like, my life, this whole evolutionary mechanism 10,000, 15,000 years ago, like 100,000 years ago, like I'm better than you, like the alpha beta type argument where, yeah, somebody's just trying to have an alpha story and a beta story and just kind of be contingent with their own philosophies of life, and even people who are indigenous to this country, or they come from a lineage of slaves, they have to be set and right on their belief in God, since they were brought into this world believing in God. They have to stick to believing in God, and I mean, that could be like a little justice, because they want, like the Bible talks about vengeance, and talks about, you know, how vengeance just alone, they need to avenge like the family that was mistreated, but they were given the Bible by their mistreaters or by their masters, and by their owners, and they're just doing the same goddamn thing. They own their kids, and they're going to give, you know, their kids a Bible, and they're going to give their kids a philosophy that is based on sort of purely, like, they were mistreated with this, so like they're going to use it as vengeance now. And that, I mean, that could go into justice. Atheism, obviously you have a denouncement of God and these understandings of vengeance and justice, and even nepotism, or what is love, pretty much. And yeah, you're gonna say, you know, just forget all that, forget theology and forget it, and let's flush it down the drain and all that. And then you get to science, and you just try to figure out more, you try to collect more knowledge, and you are able to sort of convert this altruistic understanding of the universe, where you want peace and you want to push peace out with your thoughts, but you don't know how to do that, so you use science and you can sort of convert that energy that you need that is lacking, and you can do something about it. You can, like, envelop a philosophy, like a self-philosophy. And next thing is the brain is going to calibrate 3 of these things at one time. So I'd say the majority of people, or the average sort of brain, is converting its energy for love, God, and justice, like sort of the bottom of the chaos star. And then you know, you have that, and you're not going to go very far with that. Like I said, it's going to be vengeful, and people are not going to be able to connect. There's just going to be sort of groupation, like occupation, and those groups or occupancies are going to hate and discriminate and all that stuff. So it's just kind of mind-blowing to me that Africa and South America, they still really use that Bible. For what it's worth, I don't really care how many people were crucified. I don't care if 10,000 black and Spanish people were crucified and one white person was crucified. I just think it is kind of effed up that this is how we run things, or this is like the average brain, and that there is no science or atheism. And then, you know, like a sort of evolved state would be like science, atheism, and justice. And you just get kind of more into what is the best thing to do for the value equation, what is the best thing to do for sentience, and things like that. And so your brain is only going to be able to focus on health, wealth, and passion in terms of the chaos star, thinking of 3 points on the chaos star at a time, and then health, wealth, and passion. You can only have one of those and at a time, and you either focus on your health, eating healthy or whatever, just natural hygiene, and then you have wealth, that is just gaining money. What am I going to do to get money? How am I going to, you know, have my environment suit me more? And then you have passion, like what am I passionate about? What am I doing? What am I publishing? What sports? Whatever, just, you know, your passion. The chaos star is going to do something about your passion. So yeah, and then there's just 3, just because it's question, problem, and then you have an answer. So you have a question, problem equals answer. So that's 3 variables. 3. It's not anything else. It's not like Jesus's age or whatever. But yeah. So and then you also get into yeah. So it's just, yeah. That's quantum mechanics. That's like the quantum mechanical thing I just came up with, and yeah, it's just different than Newtonian mechanics and everything. So try to get into that.